This is a message to ICE from the Sag full moon. ICE is on the news constantly right now. He's got us shaking in our bones, quivering. But this full moon, she's arising, and she's rising with a blade in hand. The Sabian symbol is men cutting ice. It's a coming together cumulative effect. Men cutting through ice, men cutting through silence, breaking what has long been too cold for this world to carry. The thing is, we've all lost something, haven't we? We've all lost a little bit of something recently. But the Sag full moon is here to teach us there's one thing he never leaves home without. And you guys are going to be like, passports, right? No. One thing he never leaves home without is his faith. His faith and belief in himself. It's not a punchline. It's not a faith in a certain government or a certain God. It's within him. Yes, the clowns are having their circus. And I mean, it is a circus. We went from Oz and the delusion behind the curtain to full on circus. Someone call Ringling Brothers. The circus is spinning yet again. Oz is rerunning the old scripts. It was all, ha ha, this is a joke. This isn't possible. They let us laugh at them. And that bread and circus certainly lulled us in to what happened in 2016. So now, as the circus is getting even more circusy with thruples and all sorts of stuff, they love that we're talking about that more than we're talking about them kidnapping Americans, breaking international and global law, stealing the very breath of these people of America while putting on a show. I know it feels like it, but this is not the time to sit back and shrink. You will become a part of it. That's how these systems work. That's why the in-betweeners are the most dangerous, because they're just not knowing enough in themselves and their authority to know what they believe and to stand up and pick a side. This is not the time to ice over and hide, okay? It's not time to be frozen. This is time to grow. You've got to transmute a little bit. This is the time to grow, the time to expand, the time to speak, and the time to rise. And Saggies, when you guys feel good, you're really good at leading the way on that. Oh, Captain, my captain, okay? Take us not to safety, but take us to the truth. Take us to the warm light so we can become unfrozen. Take us to the burning core of the world. The chaos of birth starts there. And it's everywhere, in every woman. This is where the stars are. And this is where stars are constantly being reborn. And I know a few things are coming. There's a lot of resistance. There's a lot more activists, people waking up, realizing what's going on. And not to get too woo, but I've decided, fuck it, y'all are here anyway. I met this baby that has been forming this energy, this little baby egregore. And she's the cutest thing. While a wave has been rising, I'm just hearing her little coos all around. The wave is rising, and the wave is rising for her, and we are her support. Remember what I said? Revolution is like birthing a baby. It's not a one-time instance. So while some of you might be like, you saw a baby? Great. I know a lot of you witches are like, yeah! The work is working, people. The work is working. She's not just mine. She's all of ours. She is our collective baby. She is what we are all midwifing, what we are all birthing. What's going on right now in America? It's the death rattle, okay? That's why this is so crazy. And it's because new life is fucking coming. But anywho, this is why mothers are screaming. This is what they are screaming. Mothers coming together, linking arms, chanting about their children. I was so disappointed with that one trend where everyone said that they wouldn't die for their kids. They obviously didn't do that trend here in Oklahoma, because the women here that have been rising in the resistance and fighting for the kids, Erica, she's on here. I'll tag her. You should follow her. She's been on the national news. She's taken Ryan Walters by the horn. Anyway, that was a bit of a side quest. But but important, because what those women that are out there, what these mothers are chanting and singing and writing letters and calling about, that is the howling of Mother America and her grief. You might not be able to hear her howl, but I bet you've heard a lot of storms, and I bet you've heard a lot of sirens lately. She is screaming, and she's screaming for help. If you are scared right now, which that's a dumb question because we all are in a sense, you have to let that fear move you. I forgot what that quote was, but someone said the only difference really between fear and bravery is movement. And like, I can be brave as shit. I can. Does that mean I'm not afraid? Does that mean my voice doesn't quake? Does that mean that I don't get all... Absolutely not. I remember a talk with one of my close friends. She's like, I wish I was like you. You're just not scared of anything. And I'm like, I'm scared of everything. But I don't stop. And we all can't stop trying to flood the media or trying to instill fear. I know it seems like an impossible feat to try to combat or fight this type of energy. I know, but that's what they want us to think. They want us to think revolution happens in one way, like how America does it to other countries. And also, if you get frozen, I need you to fire up that heart. This moon is right next to that galactic center, baby. It is the perfect time to set yourself on fire. We can't stay stuck in ice. We don't comply or obey with ice. My dad got scared at Home Depot because these guys had ice all over them. You know? It was like the Amazon ice thing. Like, it was so... I had to be like, Dad, these people aren't real. That's why they're hiding their faces. We're all afraid. But if we're all afraid together, we huddle up, we make the shield wall. Don't obey ice. We must move. We must keep moving forward. Going forward to the heart, to the sun, to our life center. The place where light was literally born. Literally. We've been in some dark shit mess. That the last weekend with Pluto everywhere, God. But we had a lot of darkness work, and then now with this full moon, illumination. And illumination in the biggest way it can. If you have to, become your own galactic center. That's like kind of been my meditation and my thing. Taking care of myself, but dopamine and all that. I am going to constantly feed my fire. I'm never letting that fucker get burnt out again. Because I love living here, okay? The galactic center, the place where the light was born, where the light is free, the truth is wild, and freedom burns. And I mean like burns in a good way. You know what I mean? Break the ice, heat it up with your love, stand together. If you're not having a hard time building a fire right now, but everyone around you is, you know, I'm not saying go build everyone else's fire, but if you have a little bit of Vaseline or, you know, cotton ball, give it to them. Everybody's a little down. Everybody's very confused. That's the whole point of this game. And it is this new moon that tells Donnie, listen, bitch, and I'm ready. Sorry, I was just going to read the poem that I wrote, but I couldn't. I'm so into that. Symbolism is so big to me. And break the ice and all that's happening with ice in Trump's chart. Remember, Sag? Who's Sag's daddy? Jupiter. So, what I tell you, watch out for some luck this weekend, especially where Sagittarius is in your chart. Also, I'm very big on expressing my feelings on the full moon. I love you all. I am so grateful to have found you, for you to find me. You all have been such a gift in me expanding myself, and I will be forever grateful. There's little write-ups too about each sign, just like a little nugget on my Patreon as well. If you haven't joined my Patreon yet, you don't have to pay. There are different levels, of course, but we're revamping that, and that's about to be fucking amazing. Okay, my whole life is shifting. We're waiting for a lot of things until we go to Colorado. Remember when I kept telling you guys when it will start moving for me? It will move very fast. I hate Kyla sometimes.